Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us for another edition of the PMI Tampa Bay Agile for Everybody series. I'm your host, Bill Washinsky, Director of Professional Development and the Agile Coach, PMP, and CSM for the PMI Tampa Bay chapter. Without any further ado, let's get started on this very special subject I'm excited to talk about. It's going to be my Agile journey. Now, whether you're a grizzled veteran who's been around Agile for years, or you're a newbie who's just learning some of the terminology, or maybe you're a project manager who's getting inundated by all of this Agile stuff, and you want to learn more, we're going to try to be the best source that we can for you. And rather than go into a little 30-second speech, let's go and talk about an Agile story. The very first time my Agile journey began, and it began a lot earlier than I ever really truly realized. I was working at an investment firm, asset management firm, with three main product lines. Not dissimilar from a lot of services you find today. We did all the back office operations. We outsourced the management of these portfolios to other individuals, and we did all the back office work. And I was hired in the marketing area, but ironically, I was more of a product owner than anything else. I was truly on the front line. I was talking to all of our financial advisors frequently, getting feedback, focus groups, setting up calls with fund managers, getting as much information, relaying it back to our sponsors, or rather the main company owners, the stakeholders, and taking their request and sharing it with the rest of the team to make sure that we're providing the top possible service. Now, if you're a product owner or a project manager, you better have some business acumen, and it was very important here, as although we were growing and it was a lot of fun for that first year, there was one main huge risk that was always there. And that was we were receiving a marketing allowance from another company that really was enabling our growth. And without it, we would be in the red. So it was always a constant threat. And I even pushed to get my Series 7 license, have it paid for by the company, and that way I could have it just in case the worst came to worst. Well, it happened sooner than I thought. And right as I was about to get approved for that funding got cut. As it turned out, that marketing allowance was not all going back into the company. It became very apparent. So it was a very tough time for a lot of people, a very stressful time. As a matter of fact, half the company had to be let go, and we really cut back on our expenses. I was named Director of Marketing. Sounds great. My pay did not increase. My responsibilities did not change. It was just a title, but I was still in the front line talking with the financial advisors. And this was a point of a lot of turmoil, because one of the fund manager, or one of our money managers, decided to split her off. Did not want to be part of what was going on, and another one dissolved. However, a company that I have had a great relationship with for years, HS Debt Investment Management, came in, and we were already close to an agreement with them. Harry Dent and Robbie Johnson came in, and we decided to focus on two different products instead. Our primary model, which was asset allocation, modern portfolio theory, and they were using a more tactical model. I coordinated with them as well as the financial advisors. So boy, was I ever more of a product owner than ever. And one of our most popular services that we provided was what was called a proposal. Now, this proposal would consist of a very detailed description of what was going into their asset management process for the potential client. And financial advisors really like that. It also contained Morningstar reports, which had detailed information about all the mutual funds that would come, that would make up their portfolio. Then we got hit with another bit of bad news in terms of compliance. Said, no, you can't do that, because you cannot propose an investment, a mutual fund, without an accompanying prospectus. And we had a 24-hour turnaround time to get that created and ship it back out, usually overnighting it. A manager saying there's no way we can do that and afford that, sending the company prospectuses with it. It's just going to be too damaging. The proposal is probably going to have to go. This is one of the most popular things that we were providing. But I went up to our company president Kevin and our compliance officer Chris, and I just looked at him and I said, guys, what's stopping us from burning the prospectus information onto all those discs that we have over there and just putting that in and sending it along? The look on their faces was amazing. And they're like, Bill, you solved the problem. It got me a little bit on the map and gave me my first 2 projects with, when I say projects, with an actual schedule, budget, and a deadline. And the first one, here's the humorous part, had to do a website. We redid the website. And of course, removing the old products, putting new ones on. And we were using Agile. We were actually using Scrum. I looked back on it, did not understand it. It was over my head at the time, but we were doing a demo. We were doing it in increments every 2 weeks. It got done under budget and well ahead of schedule. It was a smashing success. On the other end, I had to do these brochures, which did not turn out very well. Did not get to use our outside vendor that we wanted to use, it historically used. And although I had redone all these proposals and gotten the language compliant, and all I had to do was transfer it to a brochure, they did not turn out very well. They were not well received, and I did not take advantage of some of my teammates' help. Maybe somebody who had a better eye for the design. And that's what being a project manager is all about. I never forgot that lesson. And shortly after that, I accumulated my Series 7 and moved on, and went to another investment firm and tried my hand at being a producer, as well as, instead of going 100% with that, kept doing some of the project work and doing some of the frontline work with a lot of the financial advisors that were part of that company's group. And I continuously was better at the project management part, although I wanted to be a producer. I just couldn't quite succeed at that part. But when it came to projects, I can still remember a high-level executive at Great American looking at me and saying, God, I wish our guys could do that. So it tipped my tongue to say, hey, so what are you offering me then? Huh? After so many years of working in banking, and I really loved that. But 2008 happened, and being in management at the time, I got the word that was coming down. And well, you know it, Harry Dent and Roddy Johnson had moved HS Dent to my city, and I decided to visit. We worked out an arrangement, and I joined on to run many projects over the next 4 years. It was until that ran its course. And shortly after that, I took the CAPM exam. And that was an eye-opener for me and a half, because that was my first formal project management training. And even though I had done it for many years, wow, what a better job I would have done had I had this formal guideline, because I was always kind of winging it by myself, So I decided I looked back and I was like, wait a minute, think about that Scrum, think about the Agile, those sprints, read the book about doing twice the work at half the time, decided to take the Scrum Master course and jumped in there, thought I had it. Wow, I did not. I had a great instructor, but the best instructor there is, Lee Henson. He had a steadfast rule: do not use a laptop during his course. Thought it was a disruptor. And I had mine out. And he came over, had this look on his face until he looked at my screen and saw all I was doing was, fully vested, typing away everything he said. And I still struggled after that and realized, hey, you know what? There's a lot more to being a Scrum Master than just 2 days worth of course. It's going to take a lot more dedication and effort. And it's something I continued to work on and learn. And it wasn't until later that year when I was taking certified Scrum Product Owner course where Lee looked at me and said, hey, he could see it in my eyes because I had done a lot of that product owner type of work where I was on that front line and it just clicked. Bam. I was able to reconcile that with a lot of other things in my life as well, because one of my biggest values is to bring business value. I have never been, maybe this is why I wasn't a great producer to start with, because I was more about everybody else succeeding around me. I coached basketball and I really enjoyed seeing somebody who said, oh, I'm going to do things this way, let them fail, and then bringing them and making them better. I was a personal trainer, helping somebody to get stronger and look better and feel better of themselves. These things give me a lot of satisfaction. I don't think there's anything that gave me more satisfaction than seeing somebody who's stuck at point A and wants to get to point B. And you help to get them there. I think that really builds a strong relationship. And I don't think there's anything more that you can ask out of anything, out of anybody, when you really can help somebody achieve what they really want. And I think that's why I love the spirit of Agile. Instead of a command and control and being the boss and throwing yourself around, influencing somebody with, helping them think and helping them solve problems and helping them achieve and become more than they already are. And to me, that's what Agile is about: giving back, helping out, and sometimes standing up for the little guy that needs a little standing up for, helping helping them navigate the treacherous waters. So that would be what I love in my Agile journey. As the years have gone on, I have done work as a Scrum Master. I have done independent Agile coaching, and I can't wait to continue it. I know there's a lot more to learn, and I look forward to continue doing so. At this moment, I'll just say, hey, that's my Agile journey. Hope you enjoyed hearing some of it. And just remember, continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. So get out there and give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. Until next time, this is Bill Washinsky signing off. Hope you have a great day.